there's a lot actually that's not on record for some reason. That's probably I don't know why it's not, but there was a lot of work. There was as many as 36 explosive or 36 nuclear bombs used in the building of Panama Canal. I know there was a 1 megaton, a 2 megaton, and maybe a 5 megaton nuclear bomb being used, and maybe even 115. I'm not exactly sure. And there was also some weird stuff where they built these steel cones. There's this great big steel cone, this great big, huge, like thick, like 10-inch blast shield, basically, and then this great big spike and cone. And they put a nuclear bomb right here, and they built a pile of dirt or whatever, and behind it, and then there's a spike on the other side. And the idea was, as the shockwave from the nuclear bomb comes out, the spike would be propelled maybe into the rock face. Anyway, they tried. We were messing around with some weird stuff. What can I say? We were trying to get this spike to go into the rock maybe and see what would happen. But basically, this great big piece of steel plate, and then this steel cone spike shield, and then there was like this nuclear bomb, and they were trying to get the cone to go into the rock. Like, my people were like, we don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be interesting. So, boom. Anyway, there were Panama Canal was one of the only places where I used as many as 36 nuclear bombs in the making of it, and they tried some different things like these steel pellets, which when the nuclear bomb went off, they would propel the pellets to go, and I had everyone get down all deep inside of places like that. And I don't want anybody's head up. I want it underneath the ground because there's these steel balls that would be propelled out or something. We didn't really know, but it was this nuclear bomb. It's a nuclear bomb with all these balls around it, basically. And they put it in the Panama Canal, and they would put it like sometimes in the mine shaft or whatever. There's a couple different. We did a couple different tries where we put it like in the mine shaft, and the balls would maybe go up or do something. We didn't really know, but they got everyone back, and then boom. Anyway, there's like 36 nuclear bombs used in the Panama Canal or something. I had nuclear weapons, and Germany was there. And German scientists were working. Germany was a huge part in the building of the Panama Canal. I mean, Germany owned that place, and the steel was actually going from Panama to Germany and helping to build Germany and stuff. And there's a lot of stuff going on in there. And when we were going through one of the mountains, because they moved one of the mountains or did something with one of the mountains, and Roosevelt had nothing to do with that. In fact, Roosevelt was doing a Republican revolt he tried it from I think he went over to Cuba, and he was trying to pay the Cubans to rush into the Panama to take it over or something like that. And there was a whole bunch and the Irish got wind of it, and then they put a stop to it, basically, and then held him inside the place because Roosevelt was trying to do a takeover or something like that. And so they basically locked him inside his house for 2 years or 6 months, and then he eventually escaped, and they found him in Cuba with 303 gold or something, or gold and silver or something like that. I don't really know. I was advised of it. I was like, wow, that's pathetic. And he was trying to, one of the Irish people was like, he was trying to raise another army. And I was like, wow. Anyway, so Roosevelt was not a good person at all either. And he actually got his teeth punched out or something like that from what he had done. And because they found out about his plot to take over Panama. So, anyway, and nobody liked him because he killed a whole bunch of Indians, he killed a whole bunch of black people, and Republicans were known as a very, very bad thing. Anyway, but Germany was doing a whole bunch of nuclear test trials and stuff, and everyone loved the Germans, like everyone loved the Germans. The Irish loved the Germans. Everyone loved my Germans. And my Germans, everyone, they're the doctors. You know, they're dentists. A dentist shop was a free dental clinic was also in Panama. Yeah, everyone loved Panama. Everyone loved Panama. Everyone loved my dentists and the Panama hydro system, because the Germans were building were doing the electromagnetic work, or the hydro dam in Panama, and the steel was going to Germany, so Germany was very happy too. Germany was getting a lot of steel from Panama, and everyone was happy. Like everyone, everyone was happy. Everyone loved the bowling alley. Of course, they said, well, there's lines around the block for the bowling alley, but yeah, everyone loved the bowling alley. The only complaint was there was only one, so I built another one. I built a couple more bowling alleys so people could have bowling, and there's even a golf course that I paid to have put in, so some golfers could golf a ball around or whatever. I was like, maybe I'd hit a ball or something. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of things. The stadium was built. I paid for everything. I was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, I want to make it nice. So everyone was happy, and it was just the Republicans that were causing the problem, or the aristocrats. They called them the aristocrats back then. But yeah, and the Germans came in there, and basically, my German Luftwaffe secured the air, to make sure that the Republicans didn't try anything, and everyone loved Germany, and everyone loved the Germans. They're like, oh yeah, the people with the sweet chocolates, yeah, we love those. Yeah. I asked them. I was like, the Germans, right? I was like, and they said, oh yeah, the ones with the candies, the grape candies. Like, yeah, we know them. I was like, oh, you know about my grape candies? They made it all the way over there. Awesome. I love the grape because they're making them in Germany and stuff, and they're trying to get them to the United States and they're going into Cuba. So anyway, yeah, my grape little candies. The kids love those. Anyway, I was asking about all the stuff because when I was talking to them and stuff, and they're like, yeah, no problem. And it was nice talking to you, and that was that. I talk to my people a lot. And my people all love me. People are always like we love you. You're the greatest. And I did. Anyway, the Republicans kept trying to do pushes on Panama, trying to take over Cuba, trying to take over Panama. It was all the Republicans, and then finally, the Germans showed up with the records and the logs and the photographs showing that the Republicans were bad people, and that Roosevelt had. And the Irish confirmed that Roosevelt had this plot and because they propositioned us too to go kill people for the money, and we refused. Anyway, because I don't know, they were Republican whatever. Anyway, so yeah, but yeah, it was an issue back then.